This wealthy man made a bet with a young fellow using his own wife as the prize. If the young man could walk around the edge of his house, not only would he give him his wife, but also an additional $5 million. Looking at the 100-meter-tall building in front of him, Nick didn't hesitate and climbed over. However, just as he was about to land, his foot suddenly slipped and he almost fell. Fortunately, he managed to grab the railing in time. Otherwise, the consequences would have been unimaginable. After adjusting his body, Nick continued moving forward and quickly reached the side of the house. At this point, the space beneath his feet was extremely narrow, and one misstep could cause him to fall to his death. Just as Nick was carefully shifting his body, the wealthy man suddenly played a trick on him from above, scaring Nick and almost causing him to fall. Luckily, he managed to steady himself and save his life. To escape from the crazy wealthy man, Nick had no choice but to speed up his progress. After moving for an unknown amount of time, Nick finally arrived at the corner of the house. The wind on the other side of the house was particularly strong, and although Nick was somewhat afraid, he could only grit his teeth and continue charging forward. He groped his way forward a few more meters and was just about to reach the window when a flock of pigeons suddenly flew towards him, startling Nick and nearly causing him to lose his balance and fall. After experiencing another life-and-death moment, he decided to climb in through the window and give up on the bet. However, just as he opened the window and was about to enter, the wealthy man suddenly appeared from the side with a large megaphone to scare him. Startled, Nick lost his footing and fell directly. But fortunately, there was a platform below that saved his life. After standing up, Nick continued moving forward. At this point, a pigeon appeared under his feet, constantly pecking at them. To avoid any accidents, Nick had to endure the pain and keep walking. Finally, he reached a relatively safe position. Seeing the pigeon still pecking at his feet, Nick angrily kicked it off. Just as Nick was about to crouch down and catch his breath, the wealthy man appeared again, holding a high-pressure water gun. Nick used all his strength to hold onto the edge to avoid being washed away. Soaking wet, Nick got up and continued advancing. However, when he reached the last wall, he discovered that there was a giant billboard blocking the middle of the wall. Left with no choice, Nick had to grit his teeth and climb over the billboard. Just as Nick had climbed halfway, an accident occurred. But fortunately, he didn't fall in the end. But when Nick climbed onto the power line, another accident happened. The power line suddenly caught fire and broke in half. Seeing that the other half of the power line couldn't hold on much longer, Nick hurried and exerted all his strength to climb up. Finally, he successfully climbed back onto the balcony. Just as he went to find the wealthy man for his reward, the wealthy man started playing dirty. Nick angrily pounced on him, and when the wealthy man's bodyguard saw this, he tried to rush over to stop him but accidentally fell to the ground. Nick took the opportunity to pick up the bodyguard's handgun and then pointed it at the wealthy man. The wealthy man quickly begged for mercy, saying that as long as Nick didn't kill him, he would agree to any conditions. But at this moment, Nick had another idea. He told the wealthy man to also walk around the building, and only if he could safely reach where Nick was would he let him go. Faced with the barrel of Nick's gun, the wealthy man had no choice but to obediently walk forward. The name of this movie is Cat's